anybody can see it, of course, to the United Kingdom in specific, because I have my friend Hermione Zahukai here, who is just, oh, you're just going to have a blast. She's awesome. This is RevMac Live. I'm Revolution McKinnis, and this is the big interview. So I don't know. We're all three of those things. Hey, when I was homeless and getting diagnosed with bipolar, and I had, because my legal name is different than my Revolution McKinnis, but that's my nom de plume, and it's actually my legal name in Illinois because of common law. But when I switched to Revolution McKinnis full time after having been Revolution, for like 30 years, my doctor was like, "Yeah, bipolar. You don't think you have bipolar? You have two different names. How could you not be bipolar?" It was hilarious. I don't think it was a technical diagnosis, but she was having fun with me. So, yes, RevMac Live, a big interview. We're here during the daytime if you're watching anywhere in the United States. If you're watching around the world, hey, Daily Debunker, dude, how are you? Good to see you, man. Scooch Case, folks. Scooch Case. Ooh, it's right there. .com. Can you see that? Oh, I always go the wrong way. There we go. Scoochcase.com. They are a sponsor of this program, an actual sponsor of the program. And they have a great product. Their case comes with this little wingman feature. And this actually happens to be the Galaxy version of the cases, but that's literally just an insert. I think there's a different one behind it, and you could cut to size whatever you wanted there, I think. Hello, Veda. Great to see you. We definitely need to chat about shit, Daily Debunker, and maybe this week. So, pops out. I dig the Galaxy. Yeah, you would be into Galaxy stuff, Veda. It's nice to see you. We haven't talked for a while, and neither with you there, Daily Debunker. All right, goes landscape, goes portrait. It's cool. I know you love the Galaxy. I love the universe. You love the universe. The universe and I sometimes conflict, but that's Scooch Case. Hi, guys. Gosh, I've missed you. Jill from Periscope. Wow. How did you guys all get connected? This is good. Yes, I haven't seen so many of you. I guess being on in the daytime in the U.S. is good. The universe's places jokes all the time, right? Totally. I have no idea where I came from. Hello, fellow Jill from Periscope. All right. So we have taken 3 minutes and 29 seconds to do something that should probably take a minute and a half. I need to get faster. So without further ado, we're going to bring in, I pronounce this name. Let's see. For all of Harry Potter, until I finally heard it, it was Hermione. That was it. Hermione. She was always Hermione until I saw a movie or something. And then the other one that gets me in your part of the world is Siobhan, because it's spelled S-I-O something or other, just like
B-H-A-N.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it'll probably be a Gaelic spelling. Probably from
yeah.
like the Irish or something.
No, we had a neighbor.
Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, she would say, she would introduce her name as Siobhan, but then like if it was written down, I'm like, well, I wonder why she doesn't even pronounce her own name right. That's weird. Because Siobhan to me is like Chevon or something,
Yes. There are different variations.
All right. I am like super stoked to see some folks there in the audience. And because we're definitely not on during the daytime, I do want to let everybody know we are on tonight. It's a HAPS takeover. So we're using the HAPS channel for the big interview, 9 p.m. Central. And we're talking to David Newman, one of the founders of HAPS, Dominica McBride, my business associate, BFF, like seriously, BFF, and Chris Angelus is going to do. She's going to be the musical guest. So, all right, Hermione.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Thank you
That's
for
awesome.
asking me.
Oh yeah, very awesome. I'm just checking on the mobile and see if you are in focus. Let's see.
I'm a bit blurry.
All right, that's not the right program. Hello. Let's make sure we're broadcasting. All right, Hermione. Yeah, I'm going to reset the graphics server. Hopefully it doesn't mess up our sound. This says it's a test and she's not in focus. And you're right. It does. And I changed that. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you can see a bit
Joy.
of my face now.
Yeah, it all fixed. I didn't even do anything. Now, if I could only spell. All right. So, how did we get here, Hermione? How did you and I end up talking to each other?
On one of the best social media apps ever, Clubhouse. I love it. That is how.
Yes. Okay. You can spell strategy. I'm sure
Yes,
you
Vader,
can.
Clubhouse. You on it? Are you on it?
She's on it.
Do you have Clubhouse? She said she knew it.
Veda is, I don't know if Veda's been on it lately. Yeah. Did you have to kick it like I did? You know, although I am on it still. Everybody has to detox from Clubhouse. That is, in fact, how we met on Clubhouse. And then we got connected. I had a 1 week, but I'm down for, oh, yeah. You had 1 week. Oh, my God. Really? All right. We'll have to go back on there together, Veda. We can hold each other's proverbial hand. It was stealing my soul.
Stealing our soul.
I was staying
It's
up
the
till 6
best
a.m.
app.
Yes. Yes. Hermione obviously has not been deprogrammed yet, but that's fine. We still love her.
Definitely not. I'm an addict of Clubhouse and I'm proud.
And I guess it was specifically for the voiceover contest, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
So the reason I'm going to jump in and just answer your question before you even asked it. the reason I was on in the voiceover section is I'm not a performer or an actor, but my youngest daughter, she is an actress and a singer. So I, as a parent and as somebody that's helping her with her career, because she's only 12, right, is I try and learn as much as I can about the industry in the way that I can. So as soon as Clubhouse came about, I jumped on to help one of the clubs that I'm in real life. And then I was just in the space and they had different competitions and stuff. So that is how.
That's how we met.
We engaged.
And that dual role of parent and manager, is that you know that kid Ryan or somebody on YouTube? He's like the richest child.
Oh, he's a dude. Ryan's World.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out right to his family and him because they found a way to take something that he enjoys doing, monetize it, and like benefit other people as well. So I'm like, a big tick.
They built a whole company, right?
Fantastic.
He's got a whole production company. They employ a bunch of people, and he's worth like $26 million or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, changing lives.
Yeah, for sure. And this platform has definitely changed my life completely in the last 6 months, and a lot of that is because Clubhouse changed my life and allowed me to kind of pick some low-hanging entertainment fruit. Now I'm picking fruit higher on the vine a little bit to be able to do this, and it's crazy actually how high on the vine I got in the last 2 weeks.
It's mad, right?
My friend who flew me out to California his friend is known as Mr. West in the music circles. is
Oh, lovely.
back in his life. So it's a little crazy. And yes, thank you. I have friends that text me and say that you're out of focus again, but I think that is just the I'm umming too much. The dark side of the moon, Hermione. We are
Yes.
back and we
Are
are
you
in
still
focus. Yes, we are still there. And yeah, that manager daughter. I mean, I'm talking too much, but I kind of like I might be maybe I should become my son's manager. Maybe he'll listen to me.
Oh, it's not that easy, you know? It's a lot. Like, being a parent is a lot. There's so much and there's so much responsibility that falls on your shoulders, and you're trying to grow a human and raise a human in a way that they'll be successful with themselves and also a benefit to society, right? So there's enough pressure. Adding in, when I say managing, it's like my daughter, she has an agent, so they like sort out jobs for her and stuff. But I more manage, like coach, as in take her through, where does she want to go, what does she
Sure.
want to be, what does she want to achieve, and then just helping her break down the different stages that she goes through, like when she faces what you would say is rejection.
Mhm.
Just taking her through that process so she can understand how to handle it, why those things happen. So it's a lot. There are some times when I feel like I'm going above and beyond everything I have. But other times I'm like, do you know what? If this gives you the foundation that you require so you can then spread your wings and fly like a butterfly, I'm more than happy to be supportive in that way.
I like
Yeah.
that you're able to be supportive to her. Obviously, being an actress at a certain level, I suppose your parents can drive you, to do it. But I can't imagine that the children that get there's a lot of luck. All of Hollywood here in the U.S. is about relationships, actually, but and a tiny bit of luck, and then obviously the talent is just obvious. You have to have some talent, but the she's got to really love doing this. I'm sure she just really loves performing.
Yeah, yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. I feel like you could force a child to be an actress if you wanted
Mm.
to, but I don't think it's very like wise,
Not healthy,
because so much time has to go into being. I wouldn't recommend it.
right?
So much time goes into the audition space, the preparing, the participation, the lessons, the classes. So there's a lot of money kind of you're investing, and there's a lot of time you're using. So if it's something your child doesn't want to do, I wouldn't say it's wise, and I wouldn't recommend it. I would just let the child lead. But then that's the type of parent I am. My other daughter, she also has acting lessons, but she doesn't want to be an actress.
Mm.
So I just let them go. I let them go as far as they want to go. And the youngest one, she wants it to be her career. There are multiple things she wants to do, but this is one of the main things. And so I'm just there to break down and explain to her that doesn't yet have experience of, doesn't yet have standing of. She hasn't been able to live that yet. Basically, probably due to her age more than anything else. And so I'm just kind of here to explain. You're the long haul. It's the journey. You've got to start where you're at, and where right now, your skills could be basic, and then you develop and you move up in them. You develop them, you improve. You're like, okay, I can do this bit and this bit, and you keep on going. At many parts, right? So she's happy with that. I did say to her, I said, it could be like 10 years. And she was like, okay. I was like, do you know what 10 years means? She's like, a long time. And I'm like, you could be an adult by the time that anything happens. And she's like, okay. And a whole adult, like an adult, like an adult. And she's like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, oh, all right, then you're thinking this. Okay. So I went through it with her, and she was comfortable and she was happy. So yeah.
10. How old is she? 12, did you say?
She's 12 now. Yeah.
So, right. I mean, I remember when I was in probably first, second, or third grade because our memories aren't accurate. But whatever whatever the number of years was between what grade I was in and 12th grade, what they call your final year of high school here, it was more than double my life. So, it was daunting in the amount of time. It seemed, not even possible that I could even make it there. And of course, now at
Yeah.
55, it's already halfway through the year, and I'm still surprised it's not 1984. So,
Well, we calculate time differently, don't we? When we're young, a year is a year, right? But when you're okay, so I'm gonna have it politely or correctly. So if you take you're 3 years old, and 3 years is your whole life, right? 3 years is a lifetime for you. But for me, being my age, 3 years is a percentage. So when I say
mhm,
if I say to a child like, "Oh, next year you can do something," and they're 3, I'm
right.
asking a third of their life. So if I took a third of my life and pretend I was 30 because I can't do the math, I'm 37, then I'm like
Mhm,
saying, "Just wait 10 years." And so
yep.
if you think about it in percentages or in thirds or like mathematical numbers rather than just a year, then you realize that when you say to a child this is going to be 10 years and they've only been alive for 8, you- you're asking them to wait a whole lifetime. Do you know what I mean? And plus, imagine if someone turned around to you and said, in 60 years you can have something, and you were like, yeah, okay, no problem.
Exactly. Hmm. If they could promise me that I'll get it in 60
Still
years
game.
and still be
So
alive,
even though it looks like it's measured. Yeah. And still be alive. There we
that
go.
would be great.
I
But
can't
yes,
promise anything like that.
no, I constantly tell the people around me, look, if I die, just, find a walk-in refrigerator somewhere. Uh-oh. There you're back.
I'm here. I was just seeing if I was still gonna be, but
Yeah,
please
if you were still
continue.
fuzzy, you could try
Yeah.
to refresh your browser. Go ahead. I'll tell my little story here of when I was, let's see if that worked. Oh, and by the way, do you guys like my funky background today? I love this funky background. And there you are, mostly focused, much better.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't even remember what story I was going to tell, so we can just slip by it. Groovy. Thank you, Joy. That is one of my favorite words. Groovy. Um, so you, since we're talking about your kids, and you
Yes.
said you were going to get a lot of grief for it. Let's talk about conscious parenting, but I don't think you actually will.
Yes. What would you like me to share with you?
Well, you shared it with other people recently. Share with me, what that means to you.
Conscious parenting. Okay, so I love being a parent. If I give that, I love being a mother. It really fulfills a part of me. It's not everything I am, and it doesn't complete me for sure. But a massive, massive part of my life, and I really, really love it. And so for me, I just wanted my children. I was like, I remember holding or seeing my daughter for the first time, and I just looked at her and I couldn't believe that I had grown a human. I was like, this is insane. Like, I grew a human. Um, like the mind. It's like, wow, like whoa. You weren't there, and then you were there, and then you like actually have like body parts. Just mind
Right.
boggling. And then I just remember looking at her. She was about like 6 months old, and I just thought, you deserve so much more than I have had. That's how I felt, right? And I just thought, how do I make sure I can give you the best in what means the best to me? And so that to me, just learning her, standing her
Mm,
as much as I could, and from my space, right? And then just allowing her to what she wanted to be, and me be like a guide and a protector, rather than me turning around and saying, "This is who you are, and this is what I want you to be, and this is what I want you to follow." So um, that's how I started raising her. And then slowly, as I became more conscious as a person, I myself, then by the time I had my second daughter, I was much more kind of aware of the things they said or the things I did. And then I just continued on that journey. So it's been a process for both of them to be raised with me recognizing that they're individuals. I grew them. I grew them like a plant. Yeah, it's like me understanding, like, well, you're individuals and you have your own purpose for being here, like I have mine. And therefore, even if I want you to do something, it might not be the right thing for you and your path. So I have to respect that and bring to the table some of those questions instead of just inputting and enforcing. So conscious parenting for me was just being aware that even though children really use in inverted commas belong to me, meaning that in my family, they're not actually mine. They've just come through me.
I like that.
Like how you get on an airplane to go on a holiday.
Mhm.
The plane is not yours. You just used it to get to the destination, and then you want to go and have the experience that you. And so they used me. Came through my body. And then they want
Oh
the
my
experience
gosh.
that they would like. So yeah, my job is just to keep them safe as best as I can and bring them into the world in the way that
Well,
they would like to be.
That's an interesting concept of them, you just being a vessel, because the fact is you are just a vessel. You're the vessel that is actually raising them and training them and teaching them and giving them their biases and everything.
Yeah,
And you're probably fucking up a lot and doing a good job. And
absolutely.
yeah, just trying to be a parent. And it is so amazing. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Pablo's talking to me. Let's see if he can get us fixed. All right. Let's see. Are you using Chrome, Hermione?
Yeah, is that a problem? Shall I use
Well,
Firefox?
no, it shouldn't be. Hang on a second.
Oh.
Couldn't. But there might be a fix.
Ooh.
And
I feel like I want to say, should I reset the room while you do this?
She is using Chrome. PTR.
Exactly. Welcome to the big interview with Hermione Zahukai, the alignment business strategist.
Yes, welcome. Hey, you could do the show. I think you've got the skills to do it. So I've put the word out there to Pablo, and we'll see if we can fix it. But how does this idea of conscious parenting, like, are you constantly kind of trying to keep yourself in a certain moment as a parent?
Sorry, just Joy's comment.
Oh, be
yes,
sure
make sure you follow
this club and your moderator. Yeah, that little green pill that is next to their, name. Those are the important people.
Exactly.
Except in Green Room, because there's only one important person, apparently.
I know. Green Room was insane. But anyway.
Yeah, do you try to be, every time you're in a situation, do you like, like, I need to be the best parent I can be? Are you trying to temper your behavior, modify your behavior, or do you still just pretty chill about it as a parent?
I've never been chill. Never been chill.
I believe
I'm quite yeah. I'm always trying to be the best that I can be. I've got best issues, if that's a thing. Like I want to be the best at this, I want to be the best at that. So I'm always striving for something that's never gonna be. But I enjoy that striving. I enjoy the process of analyzing and reflecting and seeing where I could improve. I mess up loads of the time. It's not that I'm perfect or that I'm exceptionally amazing at something. It's just I take conscious effort into a lot of what I do and how I parent. And it was really extremely important for me, especially in the formative years, just to
Mhm.
be aware and just to kind of allow my child. And then the second one, just let them know that they could do it if they put their mind to it, and they could do it if they really understood their strengths and their skill sets, and if they kind of believed in themselves. There were just different things, different elements that I focused on. And even now my girls, one is nearly 17 and the other one is 12, right? And so I can see there's many areas I've messed up in because you can tell, right? You start to see, like, when I'm 17, you're like, "Oh, darn it, I failed and I failed and I failed there."
Right.
Then I
Sorry.
apologize.
Sorry, sweetie, but I am going to have to call the police. It was my fault, and I do love you. But yeah,
Like,
no, I
yeah,
can just
like,
see
yeah,
that.
you
I can just see that
you
with,
do you
one of
mess
my kids someday. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I fucked up. I raised you wrong, but you're still the one going to jail. So I apologize.
exactly, and you've got to apologize. I think that's the point of the conscious part, is just recognizing, being able to say it. Like, some parents, they're not able to, and they'll stick to
Hmm.
their ground, and their pride will
Some
get in the
people
way.
aren't
But
able to.
yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, and I'm not. It's not a judgment. We're all in the space that we're in, right? At the time, I mean, there's a time when I had
Hmm.
too much pride and I had too much ego, and I couldn't apologize for stuff. But as I grow as a person and I develop as a person, I realize if I mess up, I should own it. And sometimes it's not easy, and other times it's easier
Mm,
because I know that even though I'm going to say, like, I'm look sorry, and I know it's going to hurt me, or I'm going to feel embarrassed, or I'm going to feel guilty or shame after, I'm going to know it's something the person probably needed to hear, so they
right.
don't carry that weight with them. So I do apologize, and sometimes I'm apologizing on behalf of other people, where I'm saying, like, I put you in this environment and I thought that environment was going to be really good for you, and I realized it wasn't, and so I'm sorry that I made you go to that childcare, or I made you go to this school, or whatever. And sometimes I'm apologizing on behalf of people because of the decision that I chose. And then other times I'm reaping the rewards of seeing their success and seeing them grow, and just seeing that they have the capability to analyze the situation, or be more respectful of where different are on their journeys and less judgmental. And I just think that's a really nice thing, in your friendship groups, when you're kind of understanding that everyone's got different stuff going on. And then they come and tell me their stories about their day or whatever has happened. And then they can come from a place of, rather than like, let me attack, they come from a place, I can see he's going through this or he's going through that. So I just, give them their space. And that's when I'm just really grateful. And I just think, wow, at least you learn to value other humans and respect them. So, you know, different parenting, different folks, different strokes. People are going to do different things the way they want to do them. I really value just seeing my children for more than just a part of me, basically, if I put it like that.
Yeah, I think I like that. They are so much a part of us, but obviously, completely different. And um, every time I see a behavior, especially my son, because he lives with me, my 18-year-old's, she's off to New York and college in like 5 weeks or something, which is crazy.
Wow.
Um, when I see him doing something that I'm like, oh God, that's like something I do. Oh, good God, son, do
I know.
not do that. I don't correct him. I immediately own up to the problem and say, how can we break this really bad thing that's been ingrained into your head? He's like, Dad, it was just no, seriously, I can see where this is gonna go, so we need to work
Yeah.
on it. And I think that uh just even being able to talk about it in this kind of venue, which is public, is, I think, really cool, because obviously people talk about these things and have talked about these things. My parents got me a puppy because Dr. Spock, the kid whisperer at the time in the 70s, said, get him a puppy, I guess, to distract him or something. I'm going to refresh the
Teach
screen because
responsibility. I think that's why.
yes. now we're both, oh, maybe Haps is trying to fix something here. I'm not going to touch anything for a second. Yeah. So that we can talk about it and admit to it in public, I think is really great because we really have a lot of problems as humans in learning to deal with our mistakes. And I always wonder, even from a an evolutionary perspective, dealing with mistakes isn't something that the more primitive human necessarily gets a chance to correct or has time to correct when you're running around hunter gathering or whatever. So I think that's one of the things about a culture is not the right word. A more sophisticated is not the right word, but a more advanced culture than the people running around on the plains and the savannah. I think then we're responsible for saying, look, this implicit bias, this thing that I do, I need to consciously try to correct it. How much as a just in business, as a business alignment strategist, does that kind of thing come into play?
Well, I feel like when you're doing in business, right? So one of the things that I do is I'm looking at aligning the business owner with their business. So there's a tendency to start a business, which is cool, and you've got this whole hope and intention for it, and you build it into something, and then you start trying to take it into a place it doesn't want to go. And that comes from different places. Some is ego, some is fear, some is just pure excitement, and just, rolling with the success that you're having and then developing it into different areas. And my role in that is just to align and just be like, okay, this is you, the owner, this is your company. You've got to be in alignment with each other, but recognize again that maybe your business it doesn't want to be that. That's not where your customers are. That's not what they want. That's not what your mission is. That's not what the values of your business are. So when you're trying to take it in a different direction, you're corrupting it, you're disabling it, you're confining it in a way, and you're not allowing it to grow in what it could be. And so it's just those things pop up in different areas of one's life, and able to be analytical and able to reflect, and we're able to overcome some areas that we find really challenging. We'll find that different doors, open up to us. I find it's a common thread in life. There's also the element of different types of parenting, right? There was a generation, a period of time where people needed to survive, and you go for the jobs that most money, which makes the most sense because you've got bills to pay and you've got a roof and to put over people's heads and blah 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 blah. And then there comes a time now where there are different options to work. You don't have to go and live in the same area where the jobs are. You can be in another town now, you can be in another country and get work, right? So now there's the freedom and the space to actually consider, what are my strengths, what am I good at, what I can do. And so then if you allow a person to go into work in the capacity that they actually can be successful in with their own skill set and strengths, when it comes to things like running a business, they're not going to be running. You lost me.
Yeah, no, we're fine. And yeah, okay, keep going. We probably
Yeah, I
just
was gonna
lost the
say
last 10 seconds.
Oh no, that's fine. I was going to say is there's a whole thing of like if you've come from a space of doing something that you're actually strong at and you're good at and you enjoy, then when you go into your business, you're going to be running a business that's got a purpose, right? That's going to be of service to humanity. It's going to help in some way. It's going to either develop something or change something or create something new, rather than just being survival. And survival businesses, there's nothing wrong with them. I'm not judging anyone for having one of those, but if you could have between having a business that made you money and you actually enjoyed the product or service that you were promoting and you knew it was changing people's lives, I think more people would choose to be in that space rather than in just, I need to flog this equipment because I have to pay the bills.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think that's very true, especially about the even the best intention can lead you to having to flog that equipment to pay the bills, right? So you've got to be
Yeah.
able to, in every situation, really be able to kind of sit back and analyze it. Um, what do you think is the kind of the best way for somebody to pull back and analyze a situation?
Don't be so hard on yourself, number one. Um, just really like have that in mind. Just there's no point if you've got the big biases and you've been raised in a certain way where you are on that train that's been placed in front of you and you got on it because you made to, do you know what I mean? And you're on that journey. Don't have a go at yourself. Like you wake when you wake up, do you know what I mean? So number one, be kind to yourself and understand, look, that's how you're raised. They're the habits that you've been ingrained in you. And now you've got to, build some new habits. So be aware of that, but don't beat yourself up for it. And then slowly, I think it's just a process of what would you like to do that you can do with all your skills, your skill set that actually brings you joy and have meaning and gives you a reason more just I have to get out of bed because I need to survive, right? I've got to pay the bills. I've got to make sure we keep up this lifestyle. What kind of ticks your box at the same time? And then I think slowly just start to dip into it and decide if it's something that you can build. 'Cause some people have, and it's meant to be a passion and stay a passion, and you shouldn't really touch it because the moment you start to try and monetize it and turn it into business, you're not really going to be able to work with passion. There's so many people who into a certain field and then found out I don't get to do that. People complain about it all the time, like, "Oh my gosh, I used to love crunching numbers, but now I own an accountancy firm. I don't get to count numbers anymore. I have to run the business. Now I own the bakery. I don't get to bake anymore. I have to do the business." Do you know what I mean? So if there's something that you're so passionate about because you love that one area, you're probably not gonna turn it into a business. But maybe this thing that you have a passion for, as in changing lives in a certain way, and you're happy to put that into a business. Something
Um,
different there. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying don't
mhm.
play with the thing that makes your heart sore if you don't understand that when you touch that and try and monetize business, you're gonna be doing less of that handwork.
Mhm. For sure.
So,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel those effects every day. I felt those
So
effects
many people
for
do.
about
So
2
people do.
months after I burned
Yeah.
myself out when everybody said I was gonna burn myself out, including me. I knew I was gonna burn myself out, but I had to keep going. I couldn't stop. And it's worse now. I mean, there's more work to be done, and not even because of the couple of months where I wasn't broadcasting as much, and still am not completely. It just things have moved even faster. So trying to strike a balance is really tough, especially in the early part of building a business, which is where you are right now as well.
Yes. Yep. That
And
is
you've had
I'm
to
like the begin it was a hobby for me in the sense everywhere I go. People ask me questions, I walk into a shop, I purchase something, I did something, and I'm like, "Did you know that?" Just let my brain just information comes rushing through my mind. Uh, yeah, so I'm at the beginning where I have to work the hardest, but at the same time, I have to be so conscious of all the other elements of me so I don't burn out and lose myself. And, I hear you on balance. Yeah.
that what do they like to say? That work life balance.
Yeah, there is.
Ah,
But I mean, like, is there really can we ever really have balance? I think you just have an
mm-mm.
area that's stronger at some point and you just go through a cycle like, oh, my kids need me more right now, and that's balance. Oh, my family need, all my friends need me. Oh, I need myself or my business. Like, I think we just throw all those plates up in the air and we just focus on the one that needs us at that time. Well, I say maybe we don't all, but I do for sure.
Hey, all right. Hang on as we're coming up. Um, I'm going to run our little promo here and we'll be right back. We'll keep talking with Hermione.
Hey, it's Olivia Robinson from Black Dollar. I've been so appreciative of Revolution and his platforms. They really helped my brand by putting me on a platform in front of other people who I might not have interacted with, and it has helped me to grow my audience. But it's also connecting me with people who have been able to really benefit from what I do, and also I've been able to help them as well. Without Revolution making that connection, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I'm so grateful for what he does and how consistent he is with reaching out and following up and keeping everyone connected with him. He doesn't just hit you up and you help him out with a show and that's it. He stays connected. He builds that relationship.
Yep, that's my friend Olivia Robinson. Look, we need more Olivia Robinsons. We need more of them on the show, and I need your support if we're going to keep this great thing going.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
Yes, thank you.
It's your thing. How do you know when you're
Mhm.
listening to Revolution Show? He's
I'm
not talking so
unmutable.
we can hear.
And I'm eating a cookie, and I'm
Ooh.
eating a cookie
What cookie are you eating?
Oh, it's a coconut cookie. It's divine. It's from a bakery
Is it
in New York.
vegan? I'm vegan. I follow a
Um,
vegan diet. Is it vegan?
I don't know. I would have to
Oh.
check, but it should just be coconut, and yeah, it'll have butter in it, so it won't be vegan.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm having this cookie. Well, I guess because I'm technically hungry, but because I have been the past few days not kicking sugar that's in the normal food, but no extra sugar, nothing like Kool-Aid or soda or something where, you can have, like, bread's gonna have sugar in it. I can't avoid bread completely. That's too much of a pain, but I'm just kicking any extra consumption of sugar. But I have something that's called it's like the opposite of diabetes. I can't remember what it's called. But if you don't have enough sugar in your bloodstream, you'll like pass out. And I was getting that, like, what's it called? Anyway, yes. So here's my cookie.
Hypoglycemia, says Joy. Is that wrong?
Hypoglycemia. Thank you, Joy.
She's on it.
Choo choo choo. So what is the ideal, like, how do we bring you more business? What do we have to do? How can I help?
How can you help me? I
Yeah.
suppose spreading the word and letting people know that I actually know what I'm talking about. Strange. Sometimes get people's perception because I'm new in it. People assume I don't know, but I mean, I started working in my dad's company from the age of 14. I grew up with a family business all around me, and then I've always just been very observant, very analytical, checking things. Also, I'm really connected. So when I'm listening to people and they're telling me their information, I can hear on multiple levels, So if they're stuck with something, the information's not just coming from like my experience, it comes from more than just me. So I suppose it's just sending people my way. I mean, I do offer 15 minutes free consulting where I listen to what they're trying to achieve, where they want to go, and then I just give them some feedback and information of some of the stuff that they can do to get started straight away. So yeah, just get them to reach out to me. I'm happy to speak with people. I suppose that's how you can help. Is that even of help to you?
Well, I just anybody that's a guest on the show, I always try to, look out for them, and if opportunity looks like it could be something for them, then I try to do it. So yeah, I definitely am actually making a lot more connections every day, even in the UK. And that that'll be something that I think will definitely come in handy. How would you just, like, give me your, and don't worry, my elevator pitch requires me to hit the stop button and keep you in the elevator for 45 minutes. So
Do
do
it.
not worry if it's not perfect or if it's a little too long, but pitch me. Oh, I hate pitching. Let's say, present to me your business as a potential client.
I would just say I can't even do it as a potential client because playing that game role play is a bit strange for me. But I would just say
I
is
feel
that
ya.
I'm really passionate about you winning. I love to see people win in life. My great strengths are supporting, analyzing, reflecting, and creating strategy. I'm strategic in kind of the things I build or the relationships I have or the people I have around me. So that's my strength. If you're looking to be handheld and told like everything's okay, you're in the wrong direction because I'm very direct and I will happily call you out on your nonsense if need be. So a bit of a taskmaster over here. So if you're looking for some softy approach, I'm not your person. But if you want like truth and honesty and direction and strategy, then I'm your person. My ideal client is somebody that is willing to grow, willing to invest in themselves and their business, and can handle feedback and is ready to implement it. And they have to have a business. I'm not a massive, like, I don't work the best with startups because usually there's so much for them to do that they don't even have time to process strategy. They're usually
Right.
just so busy trying to get the task done. So it's better when they're ready and running and like being established for a period of time with clients coming, and then they have some type of direction they want to go in, but they've probably hit a brick wall. They're the best people that I help. Yes. So that was
I like
not
that.
30 seconds or 60 seconds.
No, that's
But,
okay. I think that definitely helps flush it out. And I actually like having people, ask me what I do because it does help me refine it all the time, And
yeah.
my elevator pitch was generally for the nonprofit that I've been a part of for so long. I haven't even thought of an elevator pitch, for this, I mean, good Lord, that would be, I got to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah, it takes some time to be clear for others, right? Like some we know in our heads, and if people are in front of us, we know how we could help them, but to communicate it, it's not always easy. So I do understand that. And I just like, I actually enjoy selling when I know what I'm selling. But when it's unclear what I'm selling, it's very uncomfortable. And so I just like, I know the type of person I am. I know the type of character that I work well with, as in like traits, but I understand one struggles. Yeah, I understand. But we all go through it. It's a learning curve, right? So you've got to start somewhere. So you start out with your 10-hour pitch, and then when you've repeated it enough, you've had enough experience working with people, you suddenly realize actually that's not what I do at all. So, yeah.
100% in alignment with that. The other thing that just strikes me is, are you connected to other parents of actors that
Yeah, I've got I know some.
do you have like a little network that you communicate with?
As in am I a group chat something?
Well, not
That type of thing you're
necessarily, but I
asking
mean, you
for?
just have a few parents that you talk about the work once in a while.
Yeah, we do. I do have some parents of other child actors that I speak with. At the moment, and then they're around me, and like obviously the people you surround yourself with have a massive impact on you and the direction you take. Just everybody's at different stages. I feel like I'm quite, what's the right word to say? Like extreme? Like I'm quite focused, quite dedicated. And some people aren't as, I'm like a tunnel vision person. So if I've got something that I really want, then I can get those blinkers on and I'm not going to stop until I achieve it. And it doesn't matter the duration it takes me, right? I will go and go and go. And obviously not everybody is like that. They have different skill sets. So sometimes there's a clash there when I'm like, they didn't do, or they don't approach it in the same way that I do. So I know people, and some are as crazy as me, and then some are more relaxed.
More relaxed. I like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The reason I mention it is I think it just made me think it would be interesting to have a program sometime with parents of child actors and, let them talk and see what they have to say. I think that could be pretty fun. I am like, man, how did it get to be, what is it, 8:30 your time now?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I know.
I don't even know how that happened. And I need to go pick up my little dude at the camp. And what should be a 10-minute walk or 12-minute walk will take me more than twice that because of these knees that need replaced. So I'm going to have to saunter over to the Broadway Armory and pick up my son. But I really enjoyed getting a chance to talk to you. And I really want to figure a way to employ you, use your services. So we'll have to talk because you're going to have to imagine your payment and believe in it with some tunnel vision.
It's coming.
And then we'll sign the contract. But no, I really could use somebody to help me with getting to the point. Oh, yes. Getting to the point of starting to think about strategy. The thing that we did with the nonprofit over all those years, because we literally, Dominica, who will be on the show tonight here, she started this thing. I was a part of another thing she was a part of. So I've been there for the ride. It's her nonprofit. It's her dream and vision, but I've supported her, for all those years. But we literally hit the ground running, like with a client, because we converted a client, I think maybe from one business to the other. So it was definitely building the ship, while you're sailing or, the plane while you're flying. And I have done that for 6 months, and I landed the plane for a while and wanted to upgrade it and fix it. And I didn't get to do much, but I do need to be able to kind of have that. I need to just get a handle on everything I need to do and then, really start to prioritize it and then, strategize beyond it. So I think we could have some fun doing it.
Definitely. Let me know when you're ready, Revolution.
Well, like I said, as soon as, whatever your fee is drops into your lap because you believe in it so much. I love that. I'm going to believe in it. I want your belief skills. And I will type in the chat how much I need, folks. Just hit my Venmo. But
start donating, guys. He needs help.
Exactly.
Help him
exactly.
out.
There you go. There you go. You can hit me with an award. You can sponsor me. Hey, and I do want to say to you too, Hermione, the spread the word about the show to your folks there. I'd like to do this like 3 times a week, and I really would like to get some great guests on here, very much focused. I think I still hope they do. I still hope people in the in Europe and the UK have a fascination. Hey, Pablo, great to see you, with America, and be able to have some American focused centric things there, to talk about. But I really want to talk to, fine. Okay. I won't turn down the Queen, but I would, rather talk to, yeah, she's in focus now too. Thank you. It's not sure what's hanged. Yes, when it goes back out, or if it goes back out. Oh, I can show you on the replay. I'll take a screenshot of the replay. That's Pablo talking to me. There, she just went out of focus, Pablo. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, come on. Don't crash the train.
Sorry, I was
really?
on the
I'll have to rewind it. Yeah. Anyway, that really got me out of focus. Thank you, Pablo. And it was happening to both of us at various times, which I almost wonder if some part of their connection, does it actually come back through my connection? I don't know. I wouldn't think so, but maybe it does. Nope. Okay. Thanks, Pablo, for your help. What's weird, Pablo, my experience on this is they always have Chrome and they're always on a MacBook, right? You're on both of those?
I'm not on a MacBook. I'm not on a
You're
MacBook.
not.
Woo!
You are
No.
or you aren't?
I'm not.
Oh
I'm
God.
not
I thought you said you were on a Mac before. Okay. Throw that theory out the window. It's only happened 3 times with 3 different people.
Maybe
Pablo.
it's Chrome though. I could always try Firefox.
Yeah.
But
well,
you
no,
were
Firefox
saying-
won't
sorry
work. I actually have
Oh,
been
okay,
playing
fine.
around with Microsoft Edge and it works really well. That's a Chrome-based browser. But yes,
Yeah, I've
all
seen
right.
it. Do you
We're
know your
gonna-
trailer that you forgot? You were mentioning guests that you wanted.
Guess that I wanted.
You were like guests to come. Guests to come. I hope they're still interested in American culture. You were on a
Oh
on a
yes,
thread there.
yes. Sorry. Thank you. The
You're so welcome.
I really want to get the UK version of this show, the big interview, to at least happen every Wednesday, if not Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The timing works out well, right? We're both conscious and awake at the same time. So I definitely want to do that. So anybody,
Yes, Joy says you
guess
wouldn't
who
turn
wouldn't
down the Queen. But
What I meant about the Queen was that would be great. Fine, whatever. But I'd rather, I don't know, interview a cricket player from Hampshire or something. I mean, I just would like to, kind of have more somewhat regular people on the program once in a
Okay.
while. And I think that would be fun to
holler
get to
to
know.
my peoples.
Yes. Well, and yes, of course, I do want to meet somebody from Bath, Hey, Peter.
We're saying
Great to
hi
see
to
you.
the people
And
from Colorado.
this is that's actually the wrong Hermione. It's Hermione Zahukai, but easily mistaken because I almost did the same thing. And Thamer Altwell, what's new on Haps? Hermione is new on Haps. Ooh, and we do need to talk, Hermione, about how you can do things on Haps and it will actually free up your time. I don't know how we can do that, but we'll figure it out because I'd love for you to be on Haps because I think,
Okay.
I think you'd be great.
Thank you.
And thank you. Very much appreciate you. And we will do this again. I think I really think it would be fun, to do a little see if we could record something for like the US audience or something. We'll figure it out. And
We can
I really
do
had a great
that.
time. Yeah, I think
Just
that
hit
would
me
be
up
fun.
sometimes later. But
Yeah,
hi to
we
all
will.
your followers and I don't know what they're called on Haps. So I'm sorry, your
Hapsters,
community.
I think maybe Hapsters.
Hapsters. Whoop, whoop. Hey.
Oh, and of course, your socials quickly if you want there.
Oh,
What are your socials?
at my name is at Hermione Zahukai. You can find me on Instagram. I just recently started on Twitter. I don't quite get and I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Clubhouse.
All right.
But they're all always the same. It's always my name. So if they don't know how to spell my name, it's just on where you've got the big interview with Hermione Zahukai, like my name with no spaces, just at Hermione Zahukai.
Perfect, Hermione Zahukai. Thank you for joining us. And stick right there. We'll be on the other side. Once we stop, we can say good night to each other. And hi from Hapsters. Listen, everybody, thank you very much. Joy, Peter, Pablo, my buddy Pablo. I love you, Pablo. I love you, Peter. I love you, Joy. I love all of you. Veda, that was in here
Keep
before.
going. Thamer.
And
Veda.
And our buddy, the Daily Debunker there, the professor. I will see all of you soon. Appreciate you all. We'll see you tonight. Haps Takeover, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And Peace be with you.